Let me turn it around. See if that's better. I look like Discount Fred Durst. This is horrible. Welcome back, you sexy savages. Ricky Rotten back again with another video. And today, we're getting philosophical. Just a tad philosophical. And the reason why is because, more recently, we've had a lot of content creators and influential people within the self-improvement community, the manosphere, for lack of a better word, openly being political. And unfortunately, a lot of people in the political spectrum are starting to unfairly label self-improvement in general as a sub-party, if you will, of the right wing in the realm of politics. But is it really, though? So that is why today we are going to look at the facts. We're going to put on our thinking caps. We're going to get a tad bit philosophical. And we're going to have ourselves a big think. And we're going to discuss whether or not self-improvement is political. Now, the short answer, yes and no. It kind of is, it kind of isn't. And this is why. Now, when it comes to politics, there's a million different opinions out there, but the two most dominant are the right wing and the left wing. You got your libtards and your cuckservatives. So a few reasons why people think that self-improvement is political, and more specifically why it is far right, if you even want to use that term, is based on the core tenets of self-improvement. And those tenets are doing everything you can to, well, improve yourself financially, physically, spiritually, and societally. Things like that include being strong in your religion, exercising, being in good health, learning how to be a good capitalist to make money and generational wealth for you and your loved ones, and using that money to set your family up for life and or change the world in a positive way, the way you see fit. Now, right off the rip, you see the problem that the left wing could have with a way of thinking like this. Because people like that on the left, they don't believe in responsibility. They think that everything is everyone else's fault, no matter what happens to them. They stub their toes, it was Donald Trump's fault, shit like that. They also don't believe in having a family. They believe in being whorish and keeping the party going until they die of old age. So as you can guess, through this evidence, the tally is a little bit skewed on what the political beliefs are of the people who are attracted to self-improvement. And the majority of people who believe in this, the majority of men at least, are overwhelmingly right-wing for these reasons. And the left currently, in this day and age, unfortunately, views anything slightly right of Mao as being no better than the Austrian painter. Ergo, self-improvement is a far-right extremist ideology to them. And most of them want nothing to do with it. Which sucks because it's not supposed to be political. It just so happens that their beliefs don't mesh with the beliefs of people in the self-improvement community. Not political, just way of life. Way of looking at life, way of living life. Another reason why is because people in the self-improvement community, they play the long game. They see the big picture. They understand that you can't lift weights for one session and expect to get buff. You can't run 1 mile a week and expect to lose 50 pounds. They know that it's going to take hard work and consistency, and that is the only way to do it because there is no cheat code for this game we call life. Whereas people on the left tend to want immediate gratification. Now, I want it now. I want things to fix now. So they're attracted to immediacy, including immediate gratification. They don't want to wait 6 months of going to the gym and killing themselves every day to get a good body. They would rather get high and feel good right now. They would rather jerk off and feel good right now. They would rather go out and break something because they're angry at the system rather than go through the proper channels and fix the system. And that is why, unfortunately, or depending on how you look at it, very fucking fortunately, you don't see many leftists in the realm of self-improvement. But you do end up with anomalies like me. If you were to just judge a book by its cover and judge me based on my appearance, I should be a leftist. I'm fat, I love to smoke weed, I don't mind gay people or trannies as long as they don't fuck around with children. I am a quasi-environmentalist, and as much as I love a trad wife in a sundress, nothing gets my dick harder than a girl who looks like this. The reason I'm not, and the reason I'm a part of of the self-improvement community is because I do not fall for the victim culture bullshit. I do not blame others for my own actions. I do not blame others for why my life is shitty the way it is. It is my fault and my fault alone, and it is up to me to fix it. And that way of thinking to a liberal or a leftist is like holy water to a vampire. Because another big part of leftism is body positivity, and everyone's good in every size, and you shouldn't be mean, and you shouldn't judge people, and you shouldn't body shame people. And I'm a fat guy who was bullied to the point of almost killing myself, and I've been miserable my whole life, and someone like me should jump right on that wagon and say, don't judge me, I'm beautiful, accept me, and spend my time with people who aren't going to judge me and who are going to accept me. But as a rational, free-thinking human being with more than 2 brain cells in my head, I cannot look at this and say that this is a good thing. What part of this looks fucking good? Where is the beauty in this? Please tell me. My eyes! And what separates leftists from righty-tighties is, as a righty-tighty, I understand that it was me and me alone who was responsible for this. I ate food I knew was bad for me to excess because I loved the way it tasted, and I would rather sit on my ass and play video games and not put in the work to get rid of this. And now I'm paying the price. But there's an old saying that I love to live by, and that saying is, better late than never, which is why I'm trying to take care of it now. And there is a lot of people in this world that see through the bullshit also, just like I did, which is why this community is so big. Because there's a lot of people on the left who don't feel good the way they are, and they want to change, and they don't want to be judged by their friends for wanting to change. Because they want to keep their friends. They want to keep all the people on their side who have brainwashed them into thinking this is the only way to live. There is no other way. If you do, you're a Nazi. Whereas all the right people, specifically on the self-improvement community, see someone like that and say, welcome, brother, let me spot you. Another big reason why the majority of people in self-improvement are on the right rather than on the left is also religion. You see, there's a lot of young men in this world who grew up in modern times where religion isn't taken as seriously as it used to be. In fact, it is outright demonized, pun intended. And there's a lot of very miserable people out there who are starting to learn that living in a godless society is not as liberating as they were conned into believing that it would be. Great example is not just the rise of so many Christians in self-improvement, but also Muslims. Here's a quick little history lesson for you. It is no secret that Christians and Muslims have had beef for a very, very long time. For over 1,000 years, Muzzies and Christies butchered each other over whose religion was the right religion. We can get into semantics about who started it first and was this justified, was that called for. That doesn't matter, that's irrelevant, that's not what we're talking about. What we are talking about is 2 religions so diehard in their faith that they've gone to war with each other over it. But nowadays, we realize that we're not so different as we thought we were. Specifically when it comes to the degeneracy of the world right now that is poisoning us and making us miserable. And as a result, we're finally starting to get along. We're 2 sides of the same coin. You say haram, I say heresy, tomato, tomato. And for the first time in a long time, both Christians and Muslims are united together against degeneracy. And to all my Muslim brothers watching this, I just wanted to say thank you for being a part of this community. And together, we will do everything we can to make your Muslim brothers and my Christian brothers better than we've ever been and fight against this degeneracy that is making life a living hell for normal people. But you're still wrong though. Christ is king. Deal with it. Another reason why there's more righties than lefties is because, as you've seen recently through the assholes Antifa, we believe in fighting like men. We believe in honor. We believe if we have a problem with someone, to go one-on-one, hand-to-hand, mano-a-mano. Whereas the other side believe in mob rule. And if you don't believe me, take a nice hard look at what Antifa's been doing all throughout Portland and all throughout Chicago and all throughout LA. And take a nice hard look of how they react when they're separated from the mob that they're so vehemently a part of, and how they react when they realize shit just got real and they're in trouble and they're all by themselves. So that brings us back to the original point of this video. Is self-improvement political? Short answer, no, it's not. Deep answer, most people from one side of the fence are attracted to it because they have the same beliefs as the community itself, whereas the other side of the fence view any and all things related to the beliefs of self-improvement and the other side of the fence as evil and terrible and should be avoided and demonized at all cost. So if you're a bitch with blue hair and a septum ring and you don't want to be a slam pig and abort your children, but you want to have children and raise them with the right man and have grandchildren someday and pass on your wealth and your knowledge and your way of life to them, you're more than welcome in our community, even if we don't agree on everything. Because like I said, we're not as different as you think we are, and some of the opinions we have, you might agree with. For the most part, y'all just don't want to hear anything that comes from us. But if you sit and listen, maybe you might find out that we're not so different. Just don't fucking execute us like you did to the last poor bastard who tried to be reasonable with you. And if you're a diehard MAGA Republican and you see people more left than center in this community and it makes you uncomfortable, deal with it. Because they're here for the same reason that you are. To fix their shit. And that is all I gotta say for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me rant and rave, and I hope I could have opened a few people's eyes out there that were a little confused and had questions, and I hope I answered some of those questions. If not, feel free to comment and or DM me on my socials, and I'll see if I can answer a more stunning question for you. But until next time, I gotta get going. So thank you very much. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Christ is King. Go out and touch the grass. Ask that girl out. Ask that guy out if you're gay. Ask your boss for a promotion. Take that risk. Take that trip you wanted to go on. Don't be afraid of flying on a plane to a faraway land. And as always, I will see all of you in another video. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because if you don't, I will find you. And if you look like a girl like this, I will do perverted things to you. Toodles! It's even worse from the side. Look at that shit. Ask your boss for a promotion. Go out and fucking goddamn it. Turn into Boomhauer. Dang old man, self-improvement. Christ the King, man.